This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company, a commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information.
God damn.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is Between the Ropes. You're on Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I'm Crispy Bacon. You're with Big B. Big B, how you doing this evening?
Hey, I'm doing good. WrestleMania to me was one of the best over the last few years. Some people disagree. That's fine. Monday Night Raw started off to be pretty good. I didn't like the call-up of a certain somebody, but hey, it is what it is. But, you know, I can't wait to talk to young Kevin Cherry there to get his reaction on WrestleMania. So, but
Yeah, and we do have Kevin with us. He was at WrestleMania past 2 nights. So, you know, I guess we can start there. What do you think of WrestleMania?
Oh, I mean, let me tell you, it was definitely a live environment for sure. It was insane to even be at. I mean, you know, I don't know a lot of people myself that I could say that have been to WrestleMania. So the fact that I actually ended up going was pretty nuts to begin with. But the environment was nuts. You know, reactions were insane. It was a pretty good 2 nights.
Yeah, it seemed like the crowd was better this year than it was last year when it came to Vegas. You know, WrestleMania being there. I know last year we had NXT Stand and Deliver. You had the Hall of Fame, and it kind of all blurred together as one thing. And this year they had the Hall of Fame, but you know, people got rest, and it seemed better.
So, Kevin, if you can hear me, it sounds like you got a lot of background noise. Who got the biggest pop? Was it Paige's return? Was it Belair and her news? Who got the biggest pop of the night, you think?
To be honest, there was actually a couple. And it might not sound like it on TV, but there was probably 4 of them that were all pretty even. So I would say Trick Williams' entrance was pretty nuts. Everybody went pretty insane for Trick. Obafemi's was pretty loud as well. The Brock Lesnar retirement was pretty loud. Like, everybody was pretty loud about that. And then, to be honest, to me, it didn't seem like Paige's debut was as loud as it should have been. But I think it's because WWE didn't hide it. And, you know, everybody knew about it, so it didn't make it as hyped. But Bianca Belair's pregnancy reveal was very loud.
Okay.
So those were probably the biggest 4, I would say. But yeah, Paige's was loud, but it wasn't as loud as those 4.
Okay.
But you also, as we get a comment from Thomas here, but you also got
to
think too that how many people in that arena or in that stadium know who Paige is. From a WWE, you know, standpoint, they may have saw her in AEW or Indies, but
and also too, just so you know, well, he's in bed right now. My son actually called that when Paige came out, and he's like, "Watch, she's gonna announce she was pregnant." And I'm just like, "No, she's not gonna announce that she's pregnant." And of course, fool me. That's what happened. But Congrats to her and Montez Ford.
Yeah.
So
And we'll talk about Montez Ford later too.
Yep. Well, what else did you experience there, Kevin? Did you experience any of the expensive food? Did it look good? I mean, what all did you experience down there?
I mean, I did go to SmackDown. I went to SmackDown as well. That was kind of a last-second decision. We were driving up. We're like, I wonder if we can actually get the money to go to SmackDown if we could put the funds together. Which we ended up going to SmackDown because all of us wanted to see the Andre the Battle Royale. So we ended up going for pretty much that. But I didn't get to try your $52 burger or whatever it was because I couldn't find it. But I will tell you, there was a $150 tomahawk steak that you could have bought.
Yeah.
But that tomahawk steak better have cured cancer because I'm not spending $150 on a steak at a stadium.
Yeah, no kidding.
Too much. And then we got some souvenirs and stuff. I don't know if you have any of the pictures, but we experienced the countdown show. So we got pictures with Joe Hendry one day, and then we got pictures with Saruka the day before. And then I also hopped on the Danhausen train and got my face painted as Danhausen. And then we got some merch as well. So
nice. So yeah, I wonder how long apart she is. I mean, you are right there, Thomas. There. So from your vantage point, I mean, was it? I mean, it was obviously good. She saw everything. But what was the fan interaction around you? Let's ask this. Brock Lesnar announces, does his thing. I mean, what was that reaction like?
So you know how everybody does the yes chants for Daniel Bryan?
Yep.
There was a lot of the no chants.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody was doing that, and everybody was also chanting one more match. So everybody seemed to be a little heartbroken that he actually went through with it. A lot of people are actually thinking that he is done. They don't think he's going to do another match. It sounded like he can't do it anymore, is what it sounded like, according to some of the stuff I was reading. But if it is the end of Brock Lesnar, it's definitely the end of definitely another end of the era there for a lot of people.
I think he has one more.
Well, they always have one more, but the thing is I've seen reports that there was. Yeah, I've seen reports now that there's some kind of legal battle going on with some things. I saw something that WWE was throwing a curveball on this because they're hopefully building up to SummerSlam. So I don't know. I mean, money talks, for sure.
If he is retired, you make him the host of SummerSlam.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well,
yeah. Hometown. Yeah.
But the thing is too is if the legal stuff is true, you're gonna want to keep him off of camera for a while. You just let that die out. But we'll see where it goes. I mean, you just can't. You just don't know what's going on. But overall, I know me and Crispy come up with our take on WrestleMania, what we graded it at. Kevin,
I don't think we did. I mean,
I thought we talked about it, but that's right. We can share again. I mean, to me, I think this was the best WrestleMania in the last few years, especially since they've gone to 2 nights. I think it was a solid A all around. I mean, there wasn't a match that I was just like, oh, why do they have this match here? I know we'll talk about the time and stuff, but Kevin, what was your grade on WrestleMania?
To be honest, I think night 2 was 20 times better than night 1, based off everybody's like hype and everything. A lot of people that were there, and we heard conversations around. They were very disappointed in the Jacob Fatu match. They were very upset about that. They thought it should have been a lot more aggressive because you got a more aggressive match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn than you did with Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre. So
but
a lot of people seem to be pretty upset about that. I know I was, because I was really hoping that fight was going to be nuts. I was expecting a lot of blood. I was expecting a lot longer of a match. But I mean, it didn't feel like it was an unsanctioned match. Does that make any sense? It felt pretty. It was kind of like an average regular match.
Really? God.
Yeah.
Man, maybe I'm just in the minority, and I don't know. Maybe because for the most part, I wasn't expecting too much because they didn't really hype it up besides of the two main events and the women's title matches. But man, I mean, Thomas just said that Saturday night was a D. I mean, to each your own. I really thought night one was better than night two overall. I mean,
based off live reaction and everything when I was there, I'll tell you right now, the highlight of night one was the punt kick by Randy Orton and Paige's return. Other than that, it was pretty bland. Like, there was really nothing.
Wow.
It wasn't a lot of reaction. I mean, yeah, everybody was hyped for the matches, but like, those were the two big moments. Other than that, everybody was kind of, it almost felt like they're out of it. Like, for example, I'll tell you right now, there was 5,000 more fans on night two than there was night one. Because night one, there was 50,000. Night two, there was 55,000. So, it was like, I would say, I guess the reason night two was so much better is because the more hyped up matches and the more storyline matches were on night two.
I can see that, yeah.
Like the Brock Lesnar over Femi, the CM Punk Roman Reigns, the Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio. Those matches, like, those were bigger than a lot of the night ones. But yeah, I think, like I said, really the two, like, a lot of people were disappointed in the Cody Rhodes Randy Orton fight, which I don't know why, because I thought it was a decent fight. But at the same time, I'm confused how, and I said this before, is why was there more blood in a Cody Rhodes Randy Orton fight than an unsanctioned match between two aggressive men that should have, beat each other to death pretty much?
I could tell you. Because the unsanctioned match was on ESPN2 TV.
Oh, I suppose, yeah.
So
that makes sense.
There's more restrictions on that than there is if you're on
if it wasn't on ESPN, it would have been a lot better. But it was pretty. To be honest, I would have been okay skipping that match. Like, I could have sat in a line for an hour. I would have been okay missing that match. Yeah. That's how non-relevant the match really felt.
Yeah. But the thing is with the Cody Rhodes, which I'm kind of upset about, kind of both ways, is with that match is first off, the phone call to Pat McAfee, really, that's your guy? That's who you're talking to? And then, okay, I wanted to see how it would play out. Well, then you take him out right away, and it's just like, wait a minute. You brought him in, now you take him out. So what was the point of putting Pat McAfee in there?
Well, to be honest,
and then he goes away, and then he comes back.
I kind of expected that. I was saying to my buddies all day, like, Randy Orton's he's either gonna turn on Pat McAfee or he's gonna get taken out early. Well, guess what? Both happened in the match.
Well, yeah, and that's the whole thing is that you take him out, the ref gets knocked out, Pat McAfee comes running back in with the brace on the ref shirt, counts to 2, Cody gets kicked out, and then you have Randy Orton RKO Pat McAfee. So to me, I'm more upset that you bring McAfee in and you didn't really do nothing with them. I mean, and it sounds like, too, reading reports, it sounds like they did a mid-change on who was going to win the title. They kept it on.
Yeah, they did. They said they did that a couple weeks in advance. They had decided they were going to change it because they want to build the storyline to last a little bit longer. I'm hearing that this storyline is going to go all the way to about SummerSlam.
Yeah, and it could. I mean, I can see it. But, it was, the couple things that I was upset about with WrestleMania is there wasn't too many interferences like I thought they could have had. I mean, there were some good ones, but then, I mean, the matches were slow or quick. Some of them felt longer than they were, but and there was no major turns. I mean, so that's kind of where I was kind of upset about.
Yeah, I know another thing. A lot of the fans there were upset about was there was almost more TV time than there was matches.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, like there was more commercials than there was matches.
And
A lot
even
of people were upset about that. It was like even us at the stadium, we were watching like 5 minutes worth of commercials.
Yep.
And I'm like,
and even
why?
even WWE was pretty mad about that.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, overall, to me, I thought it was a good one.
Overall, yes, I would say it was great because night 2 killed it. I mean, night 2 was insane. But night 1 was a little depressing. I would say it was. I would say overall, I would still give it about a B minus B plus just because night 1 was very bland.
Yeah, I would give it that, but I feel like, I mean, night 2 was better than night 1, but I wouldn't be discouraged about night 1. Night 1, there's some good highlight points about it.
Yeah, there was.
I guess I'm just in the minority because I thought night 1, like I said, I thought night 1 was way better. I mean, definitely night 2. I think the ladder match, I think definitely was the highlight to me.
Man, not that ladder match in person was nuts.
Yeah.
Dragon Lee had a good entrance costume.
Jesus.
I saw footage of that.
My buddy, he's a big Penta fan, and he was loving the Penta fit. The Mortal Kombat entrance was insane.
Yeah.
And then
that's another thing too, and I don't know if it was just because of how light it was there, but the entrances to me just didn't have the feel of a WrestleMania feel. I mean,
it's because it started at 5 p.m.
Well, yeah, I get why, but
3 p.m. their time.
Yeah, no, I get it. But anything else? What else did you see there, Kevin, that maybe we didn't catch on the broadcast?
I mean, nothing that you didn't see on TV. I mean, other than like stuff that you're not gonna see on TV. Like, for example, the Danhausens, they all ran under the ring, and then all the little Danhausens ran under the ring, and then you saw them run back out. But that's off TV. But
no, they showed it.
Did they?
They did.
Yeah, they showed them off.
They showed Danhausen going under the ring.
Yeah, and then they all ran back out. We also saw during the Rhea Ripley match. I know you can't see that on camera, but we saw her run in. Like, we saw B-Fab and Michin, like, hiding. So we saw that. We also saw
Breaker.
Yeah, we saw Trick Williams.
Somebody put a meme of his wrestling robe or whatever.
Yeah,
that's
like insane.
As like a CVS receipt.
Yeah, my buddy didn't know what was going on. He's like, "Who's coming out right?" I said, "Nobody. That was part of his outfit." He goes, "What the heck?" Yeah, like we saw that. We saw the producers and everybody like picking that up. Like, we saw all that little things that you guys wouldn't see on TV.
Like 12 people.
Yeah. But we also saw Jelly Roll hiding as well. Like, and then they saw leaf blowers to blow out the confetti and stuff. Like, we saw all that.
Yeah. So, is there a match that, we did our predictions. Is there a match that you're just like upset that it went the other way that we predicted? Or, overall, were you kind of just like, it was a good match? And
you said which match was I upset about the outcome?
Yeah.
The outcome of a match, I would say, I was a little upset about the Liv Morgan Stephanie Vaquer match. I thought that was way too early to take it off Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeah. I agree.
Like, I was a little surprised that they actually did it. Again, I would say another match that I was upset about, that I wasn't upset about the outcome, but I was upset about, was the unsanctioned match. That's another one, just because of how bland it really felt. But again, it was on ESPN, which I didn't know. So, but other than that, I mean, it was predicted that 3 of the 4 title, they thought 4 of the 4 were going to change on Saturday night, and 3 of the 4 did. So I guess I'm surprised that, without me knowing that they switched up changing titles, who was going to win the title. I guess a lot of people were surprised that Randy didn't win. So, because Cody was getting booed almost the entire time.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised at that too.
But I think we're really close to a Cody turn.
Well, no,
I really do. We're real close.
I don't know. After Raw last night, I don't know.
Actually, after Raw, I do kind of see we're heading toward the Cody. I mean, he cut a good promo on Raw. I just don't think he can do 2 faces. And the thing is we'll talk about it more. CM Punk getting possibly a title shot. I don't think it'll happen soon, but
Everyone's thinking SummerSlam.
yeah.
I even think before that. I really do. I think if they end up doing like Cody and CM Punk at Backlash, which I don't know if they're going to, but if they do, I think that's where you can get heel Cody. Is he'll turn on his friend CM Punk.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna get it. We'll get it within the next month and a half before SummerSlam.
Yeah. And that's one thing too. I said too when if you wanted to turn, oh God, who was it? I can't remember. I think it was Reigns. Everybody wanted to turn him heel, and they kept pushing him on his babyface. It's just like you put the title on him, and then that was when he was doing the tribal chief or stuff or whatever. But let's see here. I'm not surprised as they built. Yeah, I mean they built her up. I think they could have got more with Judgment Day getting interfered, or if they would have had Liv lose, had Judgment Day involved in that, and kind of feel the split more.
I mean, like I said before WrestleMania, I said if Liv's gonna win the title, then they better make it the Liv Morgan versus Raquel Rodriguez, because they've been teasing it for a couple months now.
Yeah.
It feels like. So I feel like they should probably, pull the trigger on that, because I think that's what everybody wants to see, to be honest.
Yeah.
What did you think of her new entrance? Because they showed it here.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I don't know if that's even PG. That's what I'll tell you. The R-Truth line, I don't know if that's PG.
Yeah.
Yep, yeah. That's what I got to say. That was interesting.
Yeah.
It's a great place to be unless you're in a relationship, because then you're going to get caught staring. Then you're going to get caught staring like, oh, yep, I'm in trouble.
Yeah. Let's see.
But I will tell you this. Liv Morgan looked rough. They did a close-up of her face, and man, does she look rough.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she looks like she hasn't slept in 10 years. She got a nice big old bruise on her forehead, too.
Yeah. Well, maybe, if they do it at Backlash, Thomas, maybe they have Randy Orton come in and interfere to kind of keep that rivalry still feeling.
I think what's gonna happen is Cody is gonna defeat Punk, and he's gonna be tired out. Randy's gonna come out after, and he's gonna keep doing punt kicks. He's gonna keep injuring Cody. But I think Cody's gonna turn heel before Randy comes out. And then Randy's just gonna hit him with the punt kick, and they're just gonna keep building storyline.
Okay.
I think
it could happen.
I think you're gonna see Cody and Randy at Backlash, and then you're going to see Punk and Cody most likely at SummerSlam.
Personally, I think it's the other way around because they're really talking about making this rivalry go all the way to SummerSlam. I think they're going to pull the trigger on switching titles at SummerSlam.
They talk a lot and they change up. So I mean,
yeah.
What do you think of Punk's entrance when he started out?
To be honest, I didn't know what the heck was going on, and that was the worst entrance of the night. Sorry.
It was more of a tribute thing. He had a jacket with a bunch of tributes on it from people who recently passed, including Larry.
Yeah.
And it was more of a moment of silence.
It sounded like a lot of people didn't know what was going on at the stadium, and like they didn't really like. I don't know. He didn't really get anything until his cult personality came off.
Yeah.
What about Cody's with all the tributes of his gear? And
yeah, that was crazy. Both those entrances, that was. I like that entrance. That was nice.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty cool entrance. Well, with that, guys, I mean, let's talk about the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
There's a lot of backlash on that Stephanie took too long. AJ didn't speak that much. I've been reading some reports. As a matter of fact, one or both of Sid Vicious kids are upset that they felt that they got a little slap in the face on not getting more recognized, more merch around the town. But actually, Ed Double should get inducted. And then I thought it was kind of cool that the Movable Forces pay tribute to them with their ring gear. So, but what's your guys' thoughts on the Hall of Fame?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't even get able to watch it, so I don't even.
I haven't watched it yet either.
So I don't know anything that even happened. I haven't read anything about it. I tried to watch it on YouTube, see if it had highlights of it, but it had like little 2-minute clips. I'm like, no, I want the entire speeches and stuff. But
yeah,
I don't know why they didn't put it on Netflix or Peacock. I don't know why they got rid of it, but
no, it's on They showed it on ESPN.
Yeah, I mean they usually put that stuff on Netflix and stuff after it's over, but I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
So.
I guess Stephanie gave a good heel speech at the end of hers, so
she gave a good what?
She gave a good heel. She brought up the old Stephanie heel speeches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but
the Hall of Fame was good. I thought they had
I have to watch it.
For AJ Styles.
Yeah. So, but guys, let's move on. I mean, we could talk about SmackDown, Royce, or SmackDown the night before. Tiffany Stratton becomes the #1 contender for the U.S. title. Royce Keys wins the Battle Royal. I think that was about it.
That was a botch on SmackDown. They said it was the United States Championship match. They didn't say #1 contender. So I'm like, oh, okay, perfect. Because even I was like, okay, what are the matches for tonight? And it said the U.S. Championship match against Julia and Tiffany Stratton. So like, oh, okay, we're gonna watch. And then I saw Tiffany Stratton take on Jordan Grace. I'm like, neither one of them are the champion.
They must have not changed it ahead of time.
Yeah.
Because they said on the broadcast it was the #1 contender match.
Yeah. But on live when you guys you don't hear it. They're like because when you guys are on commercials, they're like, oh, the next match is gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't say the #1 contenders. They said United States Championship match.
Gotcha. Because I think it was supposed to be, and then something happened. I think
Julia got hurt. I think.
Yeah, she got hurt. Yeah. So, but I think they're honestly wasting Tiffany in that. You just had her with the heavyweight title. Now you're going to demote her. into her career and make her in the U.S. title picture. It just doesn't make sense.
That, or maybe they're trying to build her up to be a Grand Slam.
Maybe you're right. Royce Key, he won the Battle Royal, which I think some people predicted that he would win. I'm okay with it. Just let's see how they book him.
Yeah. And a lot of people want to see him, or anybody that wins that goes after a mid-card title, kind of like the Royal Rumble.
They should. That should be one of the things that I think.
Mid-card.
Yeah, they should go after a mid-card title. So.
Get a Royce Keys, Trick Williams rivalry going.
That'd be nice. I do think though that Trick's first opponent's going to be Carmelo Hayes, and then probably a rematch with Sammy.
You think a triple threat or just after, like one after the other?
I think it's going to be one after the other. It would be cool, a triple threat match.
I think Sammy will request a rematch.
Oh yeah.
And then it'll probably be, like Carmelo Hayes saying, "No, you have to move to the back of the line," kind of thing, and they'll have a number one contenders match. Sammy will lose, and Carmelo Hayes will, leave.
So, but anyways, I don't think there was much more on SmackDown besides those two matches that we talked about. I mean, a couple good promos and stuff. But Monday night, always exciting after WrestleMania. We saw a couple call-ups as of right now, but it sounds like one of them was just a one-night thing.
Who was the one night?
Well, so Ruka was on NXT tonight, so everybody's thinking that it was just a one-off thing, her being on Raw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ethan Page
getting. Well, I hope she does. I really think that she earned it.
She did get called up.
That's what I'm saying. If she did, great. If it's a one-off, I think WWE is dumb. I don't think they should have called up Ethan Page. I think they could have called up somebody else. I think that, and then to have Ethan Page beat Devar Evans, who you guys are also hyping up, made no sense.
Apparently, Joe Hendry's also been called up from NXT as well.
Yeah, Joe Hendry will be on next week. They announced that. It'll be interesting to see who shows up on SmackDown. But I gotta say, I mean, the matches, I kind of thought maybe this was Soul's last night. Okay,
you gotta finish that thing with Zarya.
Yeah. So. And I hope she is up there. But there's a lot of people that are saying that it was only a one-night thing, but whatever. The opening match, tag match, I kind of felt that this is where we could have saw Io turn on Rhea. But again, Rhea's going to SmackDown, so they kind of broke up again anyways. So, but it was a good opening match. I thought you had the women's tag champs front row, which made no sense. I don't know why, but
honestly, I mean, now do you just see Kyrie turn on Asuka, maybe?
Maybe. I mean, that would kind of be interesting. I mean, you could see that. What do you think, Chris? Kyrie makes a turn?
Yeah, but it makes it difficult with these 5-card papers or 4-card, 5-card events.
Yeah.
Because they're predicting a lot, but only like 4 or 5 matches are going to make it.
Yeah. Honestly, guys, I was in and out of Raw. So I don't know what else really happened. So, Chris, what else happened on Raw?
We talked about the Soul Ruka. We talked about Ego.
Yeah.
We also had the Street Profits interfere with Seth Rollins, and not interfere, but kind of join with them in the division. So maybe down the line we'll have a 6-man tag or something like that.
Yeah, the promo that the Vision cut I think it was kind of funny that Logan Paul calls out the YouTubers and stop coming into our business.
They're
Seth Rollins
outsiders.
interferes. And of course, then Brock Breaker appears first, and then Seth Rollins interferes, and then you got Street Profits. But that's the kind of surprised the Street Profits came out. I thought maybe we could have done something else with them, but you know, you brought them out. I'm glad to see them back. I've always liked that tag team. But so maybe we get Street Profits versus the Vision. Maybe CM Punk and Street Profits form a little alliance here to go against the Vision, like Chris has alluded to.
Other than that, I don't know if there's much anything.
Thomas said WrestleCon was fun. We got some news on WrestleCon here in a little bit. So,
he's happy they're back. The Street Profits.
Yeah, they're happy back. The Street Profits are back. I think they are too. I'm happy they're back too. So, I kind of like the realignment of the Usos with Roman Reigns. The promo that him and Fatu cut together was pretty good. See where that goes. If you guys watched the pre-show or the post-show, Olafemi kind of called out Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns kind of called out Olafemi. So I'd kind of like to see that rivalry go up.
Here's what I think.
Roman said he's going to see how he does during the summer. So I'm going to guess you'll probably get the Oba Roman. Trying to think of what matches after summer, like what pay-per-views after like August.
Well, I mean, Roman stated that he's going to be here all summer, so.
Yeah,
August third or fourth or second or third.
Yeah, I think this match is going to happen at Backlash, Roman versus Jacob.
I think so too. And then here's what I think is going to be the path for Oba. At some point, when and if they have it, he'll win King of the Ring. In the last few years, you have the opportunity by winning King of the Ring.
Yeah.
To get a title shot at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
If Roman holds on to the title up until that point, I think you'll have that match. And that's how you set it up. That's how I'm thinking.
I think you're onto something there, Chris. Maybe it's not King of the Ring he wins. Maybe it's Money in the Bank. Maybe. I mean, that would be something I think he would win. Yeah, no, I know, but but we'll always see. I mean, money talks. Olafemi, and that would be a good one here in Minnesota. Roman versus Oba. Definitely a good one. We'll see what Gunther does now because everybody thought it was going to be Gunther Roman or Gunther Brock.
And it still can happen. I think it still happens.
It still could happen. I see ways that it could happen.
Gunther's going to try to coax him out of retirement.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's what's going to happen. But so Kevin, how's that long drive been? Both ways.
The very first night was definitely a struggle. Like we said screw it, we're not doing anything the day we got there.
Yeah.
We went straight to the hotel, hung out there for a little bit, relaxed, and then we went to SmackDown, but then we went home.
Okay.
And we to the hotel, we didn't really do anything. Which, is unfortunate the entire time we were in Vegas was every time we got done with something, we were too tired to walk around anymore.
Yeah.
So it was pretty much going to wrestling, to the hotel, looking at souvenirs and stuff. We didn't do much because we were, it was pretty tiring.
Okay.
But I mean, the drive back, we stayed in Denver, so we cut it down. We drove 10 hours, stayed the night. Now we're driving 12 hours.
Okay.
So we cut it to where we could do that and sleep halfway because that's what we all agreed on. We're like, it's probably be better that way because it was a struggle to drive 23 hours. So it was pain on the knees, ankles, back.
Oh yeah.
It was a pretty hefty drive.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nice because you saw a lot of scenery. Like we drove through the Arizona, and we saw like the desert area and all that. That was nice. Like we drove. It was insane. I could see why they moved down there. So.
Oh yeah.
Except for the scorpions and all that.
Well, I didn't see any of those, so I didn't see any of those. But
yeah. So.
But yeah, now we got 3.5 hours left till we get to my buddy's house.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
239 miles.
Okay. Gotcha.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, it does sound like a lot. So, especially probably be driving all that way. But outside of that, guys, I think we covered pretty much everything. See what happens with SmackDown coming up Friday. But this week, for me and my son, we'll be going to Woodbury for a MAW event. We'll meet Barry Windham at that event. Watch some good matches there, so I can't wait to break that down.
I think our casino one, Brandon's next Saturday.
Yep, next Saturday, May 2nd. MAW up at Jackpot Junction, which that is going to be a studded lineup.
Yep.
Meet and greets with Mickey James, Mick Foley, ODB. Congrats to her again on getting into the TNA Hall of Fame. The Boogeyman's going to be there. Chris Masters, Heath Slater. Going to be a good one. Definitely going to be a good one there.
Is Heath Slater in a match?
Heath Slater will be facing. He's in a match. Let me see if I can pull up the card. Joey the Jet will be facing Chris Masters.
Yeah, I was gonna say Joey the Jet versus Chris Adonis. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Adonis. I can't wait for that match. That's gonna be a good one. Sierra will be facing Mickey James to be crowned the first. It might be because they're gonna crown a new Jackpot Junction champion that night. So Heath Slater will be facing. It just went away. Heath Slater will be facing Rich Maxwell. Kyle Pro will be facing Gruel. The MAW Tag Champs. Royal Flame will be facing Bang and Matthews. ODB will be facing Gatsby Mac. And then the main event, it looks like it'll be Sierra versus Mickey James. Special guest referee will be Mick Foley, so that'll be a cool one there for the inaugural Jackpot Junction Championship match. So a lot of good things coming up in May. Definitely with that event. I can't wait. So, what else do we got there, Chris? Any final thoughts? I know it's kind of early, but
I got something maybe.
Yeah.
I think it was yesterday or today. Probably yesterday. President of TKO went to a college and pretty much said that, yeah, we've taken over creative.
Yeah, I saw that report. Speaking of breaking news, WrestleCon made a statement that they don't know what's going on with Saudi, but they're going to start making plans here in the States. WrestleCon's coming to Minnesota sometime soon. They said Friday, Saturday, Sunday show. Some people are thinking SummerSlam. Some people are kind of thinking maybe they know something and preparing for Mania, but they're going to make an announcement soon on their trip here to Minnesota. So definitely going to be something to look forward to and go to.
Yeah, that's something I forgot about. They usually announce where WrestleMania is going to be the next year at WrestleMania, but I forgot about that.
They did. They announced it. Yeah, they announced it. They're still planning to be in Saudi. Yeah, I don't know, Thomas. They didn't say when, but I would assume that there's going to be a big festival here, SummerSlam weekend. But they made reference to WrestleMania over in Saudi, so that's what a lot of people are speculating. So we'll see. So, outside of that, guys, Thursday is draft night. Crispy and Tim Hendricks will be doing their third or fourth annual draft coverage of round one. Watch along.
Nice.
Please join us. I'll probably be on for a little bit, especially the Vikings pick at 18. Hopefully they keep it. Cherry, what's your final thoughts?
Oh, I mean, it was a great, great time down in Vegas. Great time at wrestling. Great time, just getting to witness the environment in Vegas. So, pretty good time. Enjoyed SmackDown. Enjoyed both nights. So now just move on to the next.
All right. Chris, your final thoughts.
Yeah, thanks everyone watching and tuning in. I'm sure, or I hope that, it'd be cool if each state had a little WrestleCon, for Mania.
Yeah. Join myself and Tim tomorrow morning on Rankum as we get our little preview on the draft. We're going to take a couple teams and kind of pick up and down who they should take at their selection. But with that being said, we'll see y'all next week on Between the Ropes.